I'd like to talk a little bit about new berry spices. They come from Kamchatka. Lonicera kamchatica are the wild growing. In Kamchatka, eastern Russian, they have no wild blueberries, so they use these bärtree in Swedish, like we use blueberries. They have many names in English: honeyberry, honeysuckle berries, and more. They are the most fast, early growing, ripening berries I know about. Also flower very early. And then some of you think, there is the problem. They flower so early, so the frost will take them. But the flowers survive -degree during flowering down to -6-7 degree without problem. They ripen about 1 week before strawberries. And they have both sweet and sour taste. I like them very much. One problem for commercial grower could be that as soon as they are ripened, they fall down. So you must go through the bush every second day, like strawberries. They are extremely frost hardy during the winter. That's maybe not so interesting for you, but for us it is important. They survive very north in Russia and have no problem with us. But in South Sweden, Skåne, they have problem because they wake up or sometimes already in February, and then after that they don't give any berries.
That we know some of this problem you mentioned already, but it's worth testing here for our conditions, despite our frequent warm spells in winter.
Maybe there are some variety good for Iceland too.
Yeah, we have to test it.
Because many varieties are coming. We have in our nursery 7 different varieties plus the wild varieties. And in Sweden, Öjeby Research Station, they have numbers of other varieties. So many things happened around this Lonicera at the moment. And the taste of them, these varieties, if we compare to the wild, it's big difference in taste. Before we had only the wild variety, Lonicera kamchatica, and now when people have had the chance to taste these varieties like Sinoglashka, Duet, Karina, and Fialka, they taste very much better. If you sometimes buy a plant of this and nothing happened the first and second year, don't worry, because the first and second year the root system is growing. Then the upper part will grow fast. I believe in our country these berries will be more and more successful, but we have one problem. People have learned that the Lonicera are poisoned.
Yeah.
Lonicera caerulea used to the hedges, and now I come to say they are healthy and have many flavonoids, and you could plant them, so they become a little confused. Long time ago, I heard that Russian people like to eat Lonicera, and I was thinking they must be different kind of human because Lonicera is very poisoned for us. But I didn't know about the different species.
Johan Paulsson, who is our authority on everything regarding what grows in our gardens, he says that the Lonicera caerulea is not poisonous, so you were mistaken. But because that's one of the only species in the Lonicera group which is not poisonous. But because the formation of the flower is different from the others.
I also read in information in the Finnish report that no accident have happened. Nobody in Finland have get any problem with the Lonicera, so you might have right.
So you have expelled the myth now. Okay.
That's just an example how many things in our world, in this business, we believe so much, and we need to change all the time. What we say last year maybe was not true. We must be open-minded. And then we come to black currant, and I started I was a berry farmer before. I started my business when Öjebyn come to our country from Öjebyn Research Station. It was, even you don't like it very much here, but for us it was a much better variety than we had before. We had the Brödtorp variety. Even Brödtorp was very good, sweet and good tasting, but it very difficult growing, flat, and Öjebyn was much more upright. This was not as good as Brödtorp, but they more upright. And I started my nursery. I produce Öjebyn, thousands beetroot plant every year. I was about 20 years old. I sold them on the open market in Vasa, in Kokkola, Jakobstad, from my old Ford Taunus car every Saturday. Now we have better varieties, and new varieties are coming almost every year. Storklass is a Swedish variety, have very big berries and very good. People are so happy about them, so they come back to my nursery and see what I get from the bush I buy from you last year. 10, 15 years ago, we had in our area, within 20 kilometers, we had about 20 blackcurrant farms. Today we have 0. And many of them had many hectares. We have the industry in Kokkola buying these berries. We had harvesting machine go from one farm to another, and but then the industry started to buy juice very cheap from Poland, and it was over within 2-3 years. So it was a big change. Today we have only one factory in Finland buying black currants and red currants and other berries for processing. Before, I don't know how many, but it has changed very much. Red currant, we have the same red Hollandische you have. We also have some new red currant coming out now. We have 2 new black currant coming out from Lauka. We have a new white currant. So even growers are not successful with them anymore, but we get new varieties all the time. But it's interesting with the varieties how big change it can be from one part of country to the another. Even Finland is not so big. For example, Melalahti is very popular in the northern part of Finland, but for us it's not a good variety. The berry is broken and have other problems. It become sick when the berry broken and so on, but they are very upright. I want to tell you we have 3 different green currant now in Finland. Verti is the old one, but from University of from MTT Lauka we have 2 new varieties also. Gooseberries, we had 100 years ago, we had more than 100 different varieties in our country. Now we have only 3. It's Lepa Red. You call them Hinnonmäki Red, but the original name is Lepa Red. And we have Hinnonmäki Yellow. And we have the American Hugton. Not so many of them. So the situation a little poor, and we want to get back the old varieties. I remember from my childhood when we had so many different. Some have hair, and was very good. And we are now. I want to collect the old varieties back and get them out to my customer. And we have some varieties we try, some Russian varieties.
This is your next project. Next book
Yeah.
about all the old gooseberry varieties.
But it was the gooseberry mildew killed them about 100 years ago. So before that, they always talk about the Nordic grapes, and they had competition between different houses who had the most big gooseberries, the best tasting. But all this is over now. It happened in beginning of 1900.
Okay.
Already.